Oh, hi there, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to an out-of-the-theater review, 2 days late.
2 days late, that's okay.
It's okay, we've had a little bit of time to sit, fester. Now, despite what I'm going to say, I don't know how much I've thought about this movie since we saw it.
It's taken over my ever-waking thought.
Oh, wow, okay,
Yeah.
Interesting. I am joined, of course, by the Red Tornado to my Tasmanian Devil. And we, 2 days, they're both characters that turn into tornadoes.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay.
I was tracking.
We're out of the theater 2 days ago, for Twisters, starring the sexiest man in America, Glenn Powell.
I didn't get the hype at first.
Yeah.
And of course I've only seen him in The Expendables.
Uh-huh.
Now that I know that that's him. But I get it now.
Yeah.
I understand.
You lost a bet in the theater.
I did.
That
I
motherfucker
did.
was in The Expendables or not.
Yeah, I didn't think that was him. I thought it was the guy from Umbrella Academy.
Who would have thought that
That you know something about Expendables that I don't.
you got wrong.
Yeah,
I was
know.
very, very proud of myself.
That was very good.
Yeah, so this movie is super fucking fun.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really well made. I think all of the VFX specifically are very striking.
Yeah.
And very well done. And the tornadoes are... You get both sides of kind of what our main characters think about tornadoes from the way that they're made. Because when we're looking at... From, like, music and the fucking soundtrack for this is wild.
It's so good. I listened to the full thing. Like, the whole entire album has released. It released last night. It's incredible. It's definitely not for people who don't like country music.
Yeah, which I don't, but
so much fun.
It was cool. It was definitely rock, rootin' tootin'.
Yeah.
We saw this at a really cool early access screening on Wednesday that came with a live Q&A with the cast, which was fun.
It was IMAX. An IMAX
screening. See this on a big screen.
See this on big.
It is a very, very big movie. You can look at my Letterboxd review. Follow me on Letterboxd at WolfmanBePro at NikkiBrew11.
I haven't done mine yet, but
where I said it's the blockbuster of the summer. It's the movie of the summer thus far.
Yeah.
We'll talk about Deadpool and Wolverine next week. But I don't know how much it's going to beat what this movie feels like.
Yeah.
But
This was a very specific feeling watching this film.
It's fucking fun. And all it's trying to be is fun. It really interestingly talking a little bit about climate change and people taking advantage of tragedy, which is interesting things to talk about in a Twisters movie, but cool, I'm in. Thank you for doing that. We appreciate it. But it's also, going back to the way that tornadoes are depicted, they are simultaneously super fucking fun, and a source of adrenaline, and, there's scenes that are really, really thrilling, about, there's a lot of fucking tornado scenes. It's one thing that this movie knew, is it's motherfuckers are here to watch motherfuckers chase tornadoes.
Yeah.
And that's maybe kind of an issue, because when they're not chasing tornadoes, I'm like, okay, well, what the fuck are we doing? But the characters are great. I like.
Yeah, I think that there was really good character development. I think that there was really good character establishment. Motivation, sure, but establishment. I think that the first 10 minutes of this movie gives you exactly what these characters are going to be like for the rest of the film. And it's two of them at least, and you understand for the rest of the film these two their dynamic and what is happening to them and what they feel about this situation.
And that's the other side of the way that the tornadoes are depicted is they're fun and they're exciting, but there's scenes where they're really fucking scary.
They're forces of nature, and they're not to be fucked with.
Yeah.
And our characters
shit
learn
goes
that
wrong
very quickly.
Shit goes super wrong.
Yeah. And shit can go wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's...
We are two Floridians, so I've never seen a tornado in real life.
I've never seen one in person.
So
Dust devils, but those are different.
Yeah. I've seen, water spouts. That's kind of the same.
It's the same principle.
It's not as fucking terrifying.
Yeah, dust devils aren't that scary.
Yeah.
But, unless you're standing near one.
Yeah.
But.
Yeah, so it's a very, very big movie. It's a little long. We talked about that a little bit
Yeah,
ago.
it is a little long. It does drag a little bit. But I feel like though playing with the soundtrack a little bit, it keeps it going.
Yeah,
like
for
there's not a, I don't think that there was any dull moment.
Yeah.
In the film. I was in the movie the entire time.
Yeah, me too, for sure. There's a lot of front-loading the movie, so that it kind of payoffs in the end, and I'm always going to be for that. But, like, there are, like, 3 scenes that tell you that our main character, Kate, who I cannot remember the name of the actress.
Daisy Edgar-Jones.
Daisy Edgar-Jones. I'm gonna trust you with that.
I don't have my phone to fact check myself, but I'm 90% sure that's her name.
Yeah. It's interesting we saw this movie after Longlegs, because I think she looks very similar to Micah Monroe.
I was thinking that the entire time. I was like, oh my god, that's the same girl from Longlegs. And I was like, no, that can't be. This girl's... No. Absolutely not.
It's the girl from Fresh.
Yes.
Which is great. But, and I think she's absolutely wonderful in the movie. She's a great character. But I think there's like 3 scenes that are just in the movie to show you this girl knows about fucking weather. This girl knows about tornadoes. And maybe that's because the first thing you see her do is fuck it up.
Yeah, they're trying to reestablish that this girl was working towards a PhD.
This girl knows her shit. Yeah.
Like, she was about to be a doctor with that project, and then shit went wrong.
Yeah.
So.
And each one of those...
it's not her fault.
Yeah, each one of those scenes is like 10, 15 minutes. Camera speeding. 4th take. What the fuck was I talking about?
3 scenes that drag on 10 to 15 minutes apiece.
Okay. So there's 3 scenes that kind of show, like, yes, this girl does in fact know about tornadoes.
Yeah.
And each one of them is 10 to 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
I think if you cut one of those, I don't think I need all 3.
Right.
But, I mean, all the scenes are really, really good, so I'm having a good time.
Is one of those scenes when they're both separately, when she and Tyler are in the 2 trucks and they're talking about the twins and the formation?
Yeah.
That scene is the one that I was like, that has to be in the movie.
Yeah, that's a great scene.
Not only does that explain and show how much she knows and how much she and Javi know.
Yeah.
And, their skills. Anthony Ramos, we love you. Please come on the show.
We love you, Anthony Ramos.
We love you so much.
I think the one that I would cut, which we're going to talk a little bit about the movie here, is not the first time she goes out with Javi and she, like, freezes.
Yeah.
But the second time where they try it and it doesn't work.
Oh,
like, it sucks the thing in.
Yeah, they lose the equipment.
Yeah, you could cut that one, because then they do another one where it does work. And between those are, like, her looking at clouds and playing with dandelions and being like, yep, this is where this tornado is going to be.
Yeah.
Now, are tornadoes... I'm completely ignorant. Are tornadoes this common? Like, they just pop up wherever?
In that area, I believe so.
Just like, I mean...
It's like a thing.
I mean,
and of course the movie's exaggerating, because they're talking about how...
It's a movie about
this
tornadoes.
Breakout, but...
Because that was my question. I was like, there's, like... It seems like there's a brutal tornado every day.
Yeah.
To my...
we'll have to ask the Goodell's.
Yeah, to my southwestern brothers and sisters... Why? I mean, it's beautiful country, but are you guys getting hit with tornadoes this often?
I thought that during the movie, when the first tornado hits a town and they go to help, and, they're handing out food and water or whatnot, looking for a dog, I was like, people choose to live in this area.
Yeah.
Like, people will, and I guess we can't say anything because we live through hurricanes. And we live through stuff like today, every other day. It's just, this is a typical Florida summer.
Yeah, there was like super brutal thunderstorms the night after we saw this movie, like the whole day after we saw this movie. And
today, I mean.
And we were both just like driving home from work, like, if you fucking feel it, chase it! And I was like, bro, if a tornado drops down right now, I'm chasing it. I'm putting my car inside of it.
I am driving into it.
Yeah.
Also,
your car would get fucked up by a tornado because it's so tall.
It's so tall. Yeah. And it's boxy. It's gonna flip anyway. I take a corner too fast.
Thank you, dear.
My fault. No, I think that all of the, like, I thought the same thing, especially with the rodeo scene.
Yeah.
I was like, that just, like, came out of nowhere. Where the fuck did that come from?
I guess they do, though.
I don't know. I think it's a little bit of exaggeration. Of course it's exaggeration.
Have we solved... Can we actually, in real life... We should have did some research in the 2 days since we've seen it.
Yeah, I know.
Can you just... Is this, like, a thing that works?
Can you just dissipate a tornado?
Meteorologists that I know you're watching, first of all, come on the show. Second of all... Is this something that is, like, done? Yeah, is this based off of real science?
I mean, I was thinking about the science behind it, but they had, they were talking about it in the Q&A, they had storm chasers and they had meteorologists and
they had real deal experts on this movie.
They had experts on the movie with them and as background characters or extras and stuff. Yeah. So I would assume that they deep dive research their shit and know what they're talking about.
Maybe it's possible.
I would also like to say, I think you would know this going into it. Its name is Twisters. It's a movie about fucking tornadoes. But if you have prior, like, trauma with this sort of thing, I would not watch this movie.
Yeah,
because the whole time I was thinking about family friends of mine that I was like, they wouldn't be able to watch this.
Yeah.
I was panicking watching it.
If you've, like... suffered tragedy at the hands of a tornado, this movie's probably fucking brutal.
Yeah.
Again, we cannot relate.
Yeah, but it's definitely scary that there are a few character deaths.
Yeah.
That are really frightening because
really fucking brutal.
Very brutal, and it's very probable. Yeah. I'm thinking of the vehicle one during the rodeo scene that really got me. Yeah. I was not prepared for that. And you don't see much, but what you do see, you're like, holy shit. People
are getting fucking killed
people
in this movie.
People are dying in this movie.
Points.
Yeah. There's only one scene I suppose, where you see, like, blood. Yeah. When it comes to that.
Yeah. Everyone's just kind of dirty following the tornado.
Dirty, rough, scrapes, bruises, or they're just gone.
Or they just disappear off screen.
That's the scariest part.
Because they're talking about, like, 50,000 feet, 70,000 feet. It's like, you're getting sucked up fucking 70,000 feet.
70,000 feet, and then you don't know where you're gonna...
It's a hell of a ride for fucking 2 minutes, and then holy shit.
And then darkness.
And it's screaming and then silence.
Yeah, and it's very, very scary. And not only is the tornado itself scary, I was more frightened by the debris.
Yeah.
That was being thrown around. There's a scene in an empty swimming pool.
Yeah.
And a big piece of construction equipment comes hurtling.
The trailer.
Oh, yeah, comes hurtling at beautiful Glen Powell, and I was like, oh,
no. Cast is fucking awesome. Cast is
incredible.
Cast is a lot deeper than I thought it was.
Yeah.
Because we have Glen Powell as Trevor.
Tyler.
They're just calling him T the whole movie. Glen Powell, sexiest motherfucker alive. Anthony Ramos, second sexiest motherfucker alive.
Was he a little toasty during that Q&A?
He could have been. He was really fucking funny. He was cracking wise and, like, talking out of turn, which was funny.
Oh.
Like, someone would be like, and they were basically bouncing back and forth between questions. He'd be like, yeah, that's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then would
just like, man spread and sit back.
Yeah.
Funny enough, they went from that and he went straight to Jimmy Fallon.
Beautiful.
Because that airs tonight.
I mean, I couldn't do Jimmy Fallon without a couple tokes, man. I don't know.
He was in the same red.
Oh, it was in the same outfit? Yeah, you gotta change. But no, he's fucking awesome.
Daisy Edgar-Jones. Beautiful. She was only in it for like 3 minutes. 10 minutes, I suppose. Kiernan Shipka. She was in it. I was very excited to see her.
Back-to-back Kiernan Shipka movies.
Cameos.
Kiernan Shipka cameos, specifically.
We love her. I was so happy. I was like, oh my god, that's
I pumped my fist in the air at the Katie O'Brien first sighting.
Oh, yeah.
Katie O'Brien, still jacked, by the way.
Yeah.
That might be on Hulu now.
Ooh,
that movie might be on Hulu.
I might have to watch
I did go to the store today, and I was looking for Blu-rays, and I did see that one, and I was like, it's not, I saw the TV glow, so I'm not going to buy it.
That's fair. That's totally fair.
Yeah, it's a super fucking blast. Go see it. Yeah. It's completely fucking harmless. It's a feel-good fucking popcorn movie-going experience.
Yeah, and you know, as thrilling and scary as it can be, there's a lot of other good storylines in this movie that I think are very important. And going into it, I was very afraid that this was going to be just like a Glenn Powell rom-com, you know, where it was like everyone's just horny on main for this man, and it wasn't. It was great. No,
it's not the Sydney Sweeney movie.
Yeah, but who was there for him and not Sydney Sweeney?
Oh, I would have been.
So, for just okay, there you go. Difference. No, but I think that this was really a really good movie.
Yeah,
it is controversial. It's in my top 5.
Top 5 of the year so far. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's gonna be hard to beat because it's really fun.
Maybe that's really a video or something that we'll do on this here YouTube channel. Yeah. Halfway through the year, we'll do our like top 3 for the year so far, and then our top 3 for the remainder, like what we're most excited about. Let us know if you want to see that. Yeah. I think it's also a movie that if you have kids, but they're not like kids, like if they're like 13, 14, or like a preteen. But, like, if you got, like, a 7 or 8 year old motherfucker, Inside Out's right there. Despicable Me's right there.
I wouldn't see this with anyone under the age of 12.
Yeah, but if you have, like, those kids, and they want something that's, like, a little bit more grown up and make them feel a little bit better, this movie's totally harmless. Like, take them to see this. It's awesome. See it in a theater. See it on a big screen. I think it's super duper worth it to do so.
Absolutely.
Follow us on all the things. Subscribe, like, comment. Let us know what you thought of the film Twisters.
There's a lot of this soundtrack with so good. Anthony Ramos talked about it in the Q&A. How much he loved it.
Yeah.
But there's one shot of Kate coming home. And the song that plays over
the Dolly Parton song?
No.
It's not Dolly Parton song?
No, it's Lainey. It's
There's a Dolly Parton song in here though.
Lainey Wilson.
I don't listen to fucking country music. It all sounds like goddamn
I keep wanting to say Lanny because of my attorney.
Yeah.
No, playing over that scene, and I have to agree with Anthony. It was one of the most beautiful, like, scenes in a movie with, like, that sort of, oh god, what am I trying to say? Well, how did he put it? The, like, music over that cut scene.
That music cue.
Yeah, that music cue. So beautiful.
Yeah, all the emotional stuff works great in this movie. Really good. It's awesome.
Anyway, love it.
Yep, go see it. It's great.
Go see it in theaters.
So we'll see you next Saturday, or Sunday, whenever we fucking upload it.
Yep.
For Deadpool and Wolverine. Until then, I have been, whoa, the tornado!
And I've been Nikki.